They can never distract us, no matter whom they are, no matter what they think. They cannot distract us. We cannot allow ourselves to be distracted. Today, Biafran people have spoken in a loud voice. Once again, we have made our choice. And today, it is much more clearer than ever. Choose for yourself whom you will worship. Choose for yourself whom you will follow. Choose for yourself what you want. Do you want your freedom? Or do you want slavery? Are you standing with our Supreme Nnamdi Kanu? Or you're standing on your own? Ask yourself. Make your choice. As for me and my family, we have chosen to follow Biafra and pursue our freedom. We will continue to speak about Biafra until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out. And then we can be able to raise the flag of Biafra and continue. That is where I stand. And nothing can change that. My support for Biafra is unshakable and unchangeable, no matter what people say. Today, you have seen it. After all the threat that is coming from their new slave master, the new slave master, after all the threat that is coming from him, in the person of Soludo, after all his threats, all his call for traditional rulers meeting, calling for church prayers and everything, Biafrans are speaking louder than ever. Biafrans are making their choice that what we want is our freedom. We have made our choice that we need Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free. It is so sad. It is so sad that people who are supposed to know do not know. Those who know claim that they don't know. And those who are supposed to act are not acting. Ferdinand Obele, thank you for joining. Of course, one with God is majority. No matter how they blackmail us, no matter how they do whatever they do, they are wasting their time. It's not going to work. You can see today the blackmail have been trashed today. The blackmail today was reduced to nothing. After all their propaganda, all their intimidation, all their blackmail, go to the social media, you will still see the video of the sit at home. Even their so-called BBC that is always not very straightforward. But I don't blame them most of the time, because we don't expect much from BBC, owned by British. BBC, we know that it's a business, they run their own business, and as long as money is given to them, they can do whatever. But still, when you watch the videos that are coming from BBC, you can understand that things are still the way it is. When I show the video, I have shared the video of what transpired in Oka, which is the state capital. I shared that one that happened in Enugu, and I shared of Imo State also. I shared the video on my channel on YouTube. When you go there, if you see the video they are providing, you will see that in Anambra State, the only place where they still have people walking around was in the capital city. It was in the capital, only in the capital. That is where you saw movement. Apart from the capital being Oka, there is no other place you see movement. There was no car moving from Oka to other neighboring villages. No. There was no movement from Oka to other places. No. It was still the same way. Even tougher than before. Some other videos that emerged from other sections, you see it that the sit-at-home was fully complied with. People complied with the sit-at-home. The sit-at-home was fully observed in Anambra State, in Imo State, in Abia State, in Ebonyi State, all around. It was just the same way it has always been, even greater than it has always been. But Soludo tried to play on our intelligence. But Biafrans are smarter. We are smarter and wiser than he can ever imagine. That was why he failed once again. Go and watch the videos. They're all out there for you to see the evil they are perpetrating. See the way he was being disgraced. The Biafrans have disgraced him once again, and we have spoken loudly and made our choice that we want our freedom. Soludo came out on channel television yesterday when he was being interviewed on channel television. Most of you must have seen the video of what transpired on channel television when he was being interviewed. He was boasting that the sit-at-home had been stopped. He was boasting that sit-at-home had been stopped on channel television yesterday, but today, When you see the videos that are coming out, you can see that sit at home is still fully on. Soludo came up to the extent of trying to bribe Biafran people again. You are talking of amnesty. If you want to give amnesty to criminals, go ahead. The criminals have nothing to do with the struggle. They don't have nothing to do with the sit at home. Sit at home is being carried out by legitimate Biafrans. Biafrans who have a legitimate livelihood. Innocent Biafrans. Able citizens. Genuine citizens of Biafra. They are the ones sitting at home. And they don't need any amnesty anywhere. They don't need any amnesty. Soludo was saying in Channel Television that he wants to engage the Biafran people. If you want to make any engagement with the Biafran people, we have told you time and time again, bring mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. There is no secret to discuss. There is nothing to discuss. No secret that we want to discuss with you privately. There is no engagement to have with Soludo. The engagement that he's supposed to have with Biafran people is there in the open air. Is there in the open. The Biafrans are making their demand known. Biafrans are not like the Boko Haram. We are not like those in the north who are killing people. We are not like the Fulani herdsmen who do not have a legitimate request. Who nobody knows what they are fighting for. Every single person in the Biafra land knows what the Biafra people are asking for. Every single person in that caliphate country called Nigeria. Every single person there knows what Biafrans are fighting for. The whole world knows what Biafrans are fighting for. We are asking for our legitimate right, self-determination. We are asking for the release of our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, an innocent man who has not committed any crime, who was kidnapped from Kenya, sent to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition, and they are torturing him. That is the person we are asking for his release. Is it too much to ask for? Is it too much to ask? We are not killing anybody. We are not fighting anybody. We are not facing anybody. All we are asking is that allow us to live. Allow us to live. Let us have self-determination. Let us have to conduct a referendum. Conduct a referendum and let the Biafran people make their choice. Where they want to be, how they want to be, wherever they want to be. Let us make a choice. Is that too much to ask? They continue to peddle their lies. They have tried, all their former governors have tried and tried and tried. Now they want to use Soludo. Soludo have volunteered up to going to the, to Channel Television to go and lie. Soludo went to Channel Television yesterday to lie and tell them that the sit at home have stopped. That he has put an end to the sit at home. But today you saw it. There was sit at home in Biafra land. There was sit at home in Biafra land. The videos that came out, you saw it everywhere. There was sit at home. There was still compliance. Tina Mwachuku. Tina is saying there is no sit at home in Abakaliki. All we know is that there is sit at home in Biafra land. I don't know the part of Abakaliki you are talking about. I don't know the part of Abakaliki you are talking about. But what we know is that as far as Biafra land is concerned, there is sit at home. There is no sensible person that we expect you to have 100% compliance. We have not been having 100% compliance. We are only increasing by day. Don't expect to have 100% compliance. You can't get that. There will still be some of them who are going to betray themselves. There are still some who are going to betray themselves. But all we know that Biafran people are still speaking loudly, responding. Enugu is sitting at home. That's right. Enugu is sitting at home. Enugu is sitting at home. We saw the videos. We saw the videos that came out from Anambra State. Videos came out from Anambra State, even from their own conventional media. BBC reported about Enugu State. They are sitting at home. They reported about Imo State. Imo State is sitting at home. Ebonyi State, there are reports coming from that place. People are sitting at home. But the way this idiot came yesterday to boast in Channel Television, you would think that people are not going to come out. He went up to the extent of calling for prayers. How many places did you see the prayer in Anambra State? The only places that would hold prayer was the place the governor himself staged. The place, the church that the governor himself have staged and invited his own clique of people. And those priests who has been paid, who are under his own payroll. That was the place they conducted their service. But in other places, how many churches did you see where they were hosting prayers? I had a BBC man who was interviewed. He said he didn't see anyone. He has not seen anyone yet, or maybe later. So if you see any place, the one that the Soludo is parading as holding certain service to end the sit at home, that is for him and his clique. Him and his criminal religious leaders. They are holding their service. But after holding their service, the Biafrans, who are the owners of the land, we continue to speak. We continue to stand our ground. The sit at home will continue. And remember, mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court in 4 days' time. On the 8th, there is another massive sit at home. Lockdown, total ghost town. mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in court. I thank every Biafran in Biafra land. Every single Biafran in Biafra land. I thank every single Biafra man in Biafra land. Biafra men and women in Biafra land who are complying against all odds, taking the bullet for all of us. I pray that Chukwu will be my guide and protect every single one of them. They are trying by all means to push us down and to suppress us, but they are not going to succeed. Soludo has failed on arrival. He has failed already, and he knows it. He disgraced himself. He has gotten the greatest disgrace ever. He has gotten disgraced himself. After boasting on channel television, what happened today? People were still sitting at home. And it will continue. The sit at home will continue. He wanted to use the life of Biafrans to play gamble. And I thank Chukwu that Biafrans are awake. Every single Biafra is awake. They will not see anybody to kill. They will not see anyone trying to deceive Biafran people. You are telling us of amnesty. Go and look for your unknown gunmen that is being sponsored by the politicians. Your unknown gunmen that is being sponsored by the politicians. Go and give them amnesty. Go and give them amnesty. Go and deal with them. Give them amnesty. But for Biafran people, we have nothing to discuss with you. You say you want to negotiate. There is nothing to negotiate. Already you know what we want. What we want is the release of mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the freedom of Biafra through referendum. That is what we want. What is there to discuss? You have known the desire of the Biafran people even before you came to power. Even before you became a governor. Soludo knows very well what Biafran people are looking for, what you're asking for. He knows. Soludo himself said it that this is an ideology that cannot be killed. It cannot be fought with bullets. But today, Soludo is preparing to fight us with bullets. Soludo is preparing to use bullets and guns against Biafra. Soludo is coming once again to proscribe the Biafran people the second time. That is what Soludo is trying to do. Calling people who are sitting at home criminals. Soludo is calling people who are sitting at home criminals. The ordinary Nigerians, ordinary Biafrans, not Nigerians. Ordinary Biafrans. Legitimate, innocent Biafrans who are sitting at home to ask for their own freedom. To ask for the freedom of their leader. An innocent man, their leader who has not committed any crime. Who was kidnapped from Kenya. Sent to Nigeria through extraordinary edition. They can't fight it. Today they have resorted to blackmail. They have resorted to blackmail. Blackmailing everybody that is speaking of Biafra. They are busy blackmailing our brother Simon Ekpa. Sending out all manner of blackmail against Simon Ekpa that Simon is sponsoring unknown government. A laughable accusation. How can you say Simon Ekpa is sponsoring unknown government? Unknown government has been on existence even before Simon Ekpa come into the picture. Even while our spiritual mazi Nnamdi Kanu was with us, unknown government were operating. Who was in charge of the unknown government when our spiritual mazi Nnamdi Kanu was around? Our spiritual mazi Nnamdi Kanu was around. He was broadcasting. He said it openly that he doesn't have anything to do with unknown government and he doesn't have control over them. Even then, Simon Ekpa was still with our spiritual mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a disciple. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has nothing to do with unknown government. The same way Simon Ekpa has nothing to do with unknown government. Unknown government has started operation for a very long time. Not today. They have started doing whatever they are doing for a very long time. And the most annoying thing is that the politicians themselves have come out to confess on video. Politicians came out on video and confessed that the unknown gunmen are sponsored by politicians. Hope Uzodinma was seen on video confessing that unknown gunmen and the insecurity itself is sponsored by the politicians. Even the Devil Omahi in Ebonyi State also confessed that unknown gunmen are sponsored by politicians. Former governor of Anambra State, Obiano also confessed that unknown gunmen are being sponsored by the politicians. But all of a sudden, today, because Simon Ekpa is pushing hard for the release of Nnamdi Kanu and of struggle of Biafra, they are now trying to blackmail him. Trying to attach him, join his name with the unknown gunmen. This is the evil they are carrying out, which cannot stand. Dead on arrival. All manner of propaganda. Every time you see Nnamdi Kanu coming to court, they will be looking for means to provide evidence against Nnamdi Kanu. I thank Chukwu Okabama that everything we are saying online is working. Biafran people are listening and they are hearing. Thank God today, it was a success. No lie. We didn't hear about lives that were lost. We didn't hear about Biafran people that were attacked. Thank Chukwu Okabama that Biafran people on their own willingly are sitting at home, saving their life, which is the only alternative that we have. Nobody can fight for you. Nobody can fight for me. It is the only way that we fight for ourselves, save our life the best way we can. By listening to informations. Every single information that is coming from Voice of Biafra, Voice of Biafra Radio, 97.5 FM. Go and connect to it if you're in Biafra land. Connect to Voice of Biafra so that you'll be updated of every single thing. So that you can know to how to protect your life and save your life from the attack that is coming. How to save your life. It's very important. Biafrans, we cannot be deceived anymore. We cannot be deceived. It is very clear. When Soludo was coming, I said it that nobody should raise any hope for anybody. Do not raise any hope for anybody. But today, you have seen that the only thing that in the front burner, the only thing that Soludo is pursuing, the only state that he's pursuing to achieve is to stop the struggle of Biafra. The only assignment that Soludo has in the Anambra State is to make sure that he stops the actualization of Biafra. Every other thing he's doing is a camouflage. Every other promises he's making is a camouflage. A camouflage. If Soludo meant well for Biafran people, if Soludo is sincere and he meant well for Biafran, Soludo came into power. He has visited the prison. He visited the prison and he saw the number of Biafran people in the prison. He saw a great number of Biafran people in prison who has not committed any offense. They have not killed anybody. They have not done anything bad. They have been arrested and detained simply because they are Biafran. Because they are Biafran, that is why they are detained. And Soludo could not be able to order their immediate release. Soludo left and he gave them empty promises and left. He gave them empty promises. Are you telling me that Soludo, as the chief secretary said, does not have power to pardon people in the prison? Soludo had that power as the chief security of the state, the governor, to pardon people in the prison to go. People, innocent people, when we're talking about pardon, it's not even people that have committed a crime. People who are not committed any crime, they are placed in jail just simply because they are agitators. They are asking for their freedom. Simply because they are demanding for referendum. Demanding for self-determination through referendum. That is why they are being detained. And Soludo knows this. Instead of Soludo to stand with them and support them, Soludo is standing against them. Soludo is standing against them. He could not even order their release. He only made them empty promises. After that promises, he left. Up to today, it's almost a month that Soludo visited the prison. Nobody has been released. They are still there. Today, he's coming to talk about amnesty. Talking about amnesty. Go and preach your amnesty to your fellow politicians. It is the politicians that are sponsoring the unknown government. Politicians are the sponsors of the unknown government. So, let him go and deal with them. That doesn't have anything to do with sit at home. The unknown government has nothing to do with sit at home. It is the politicians that are employing them to use them to disrupt the sit at home. To demonize the sit at home. To demonize IPOB and demonize Nnamdi Kanu. Today, we have seen it clearer. If you don't know who is fighting for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu, you know now. Today, we now know those who are fighting for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu and those who don't want Nnamdi Kanu to release. There are so many people out there who are claiming to be with Nnamdi Kanu, but they don't want him to be released. They don't want him to release. Today, you see Soludo coming out openly to tell us the people he's working with. Soludo have come out today to tell us that he's working hand in hand with some group of people who claim to be working for Nnamdi Kanu. Group of people who claim to be working Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, Soludo came openly on national television to confess that he is working hand in hand with them. And when Soludo was asked about the crime that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed, he said he doesn't know the crime. This is somebody who said he's going to go for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was asked, what are they charging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for? Soludo doesn't know the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He claimed not to know. Soludo claimed not to know the charges they have against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even a little child in Biafra land knows what they are charging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for. A little child in Biafra land knows the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But Soludo, on national television, claimed he doesn't know the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is somebody who told you that he's going to plead for him and for his release. This is somebody who is telling you he's going to do something on the ground. He's doing something on the ground, but the most simple thing he's supposed to know, he doesn't know it. He doesn't know it. That he doesn't know the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the greatest failure you can be, the worst thing you can hear from anybody who claims to be fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anybody who claims that he's going to stand for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, opening his or her mouth, telling you that he doesn't know the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that person is worse than the devil. That person is worse than the devil himself. That is why you must not believe any politician. You must not believe any politician. If you keep your phone in this way, join the screen, keep your phone like this. Do not keep your phone straight. Keep your phone in a parallel form so you can be able to join the stream. These are a bunch of criminals, bunch of idiots who doesn't have anything to offer. They are deceiving people on a daily basis. Deceiving people. Look at Soludo. Peddling lies, telling lies all over, trying to confuse people when he has no agenda for you and I. He has no plan whatsoever for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Soludo has come to play the bidding of the Fulanis, and the assignment that he was given is to make sure that he stopped the agitation for Biafra. That is the only assignment that was given to Soludo. The assignment that was given to Soludo is to make sure he stopped Biafra agitation. That's his assignment. And he will never succeed. He never succeed because Biafrans know what they want. We know what we want. We know what we want, and we don't need anybody anywhere to begin to preach to us. We don't need any Messiah anywhere to begin to preach to us and tell us what to do and what not to do. Today we know what to do. We know how to go about it. We know how to get our freedom. Every single Biafra living in Biafra land know what to do. That is why, against all odds, with all their threats, with all their intimidation, with all their propaganda and blackmail, Biafran people are still standing their ground, sitting at home. Sitting at home. Soludo has gotten the most. He has started failing. He has started failing. For him to fight against Biafra struggle, that is the beginning of his failure. That is the beginning of his rejection. The beginning of his calamity. That is how he starts. He will end up as the worst governor ever. Soludo. You watch and see. You watch and see. Because if you claim that you have come to fight for your people, you are going to pursue everything that your people stand for. Every demand that your people are asking for. That is what you're supposed to pursue and follow. That is what you're supposed to pursue and follow. But the most painful is that some people who claim to be fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are today dancing with the man who has been given the contract to end the agitation of Biafra. A man who has taken up the contract to end the agitation. Today, the man came openly to announce to us that today he's working hand in hand with some people. Of course, Rose Johnson. Thank you so much for joining, Rose Johnson. Thank you for joining. Rose Johnson, if you want to join, keep your phone in this form. Keep your phone parallel so that you can join. If you keep your phone straight, you cannot join. Keep it parallel so that you can be able to join the broadcast. So that is it. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter where they bring the attack from. They cannot succeed. Biafrans know what they want. They can keep on trying, but they will always fail. They can keep on trying. They will always fail. They will always fail. For Soludo to come and begin to fight against Biafra, he has failed. He has failed. It is so sad. people who are supposed to be carrying the banner of mazi Nnamdi Kanu, people who are talking about structure. Every time you see them talking about structure. All those people preaching against structure. Today, Soludo have come openly to say that he's working with those people who are claiming about structure. He mentioned that he's working hand in hand with them. He's working hand in hand with them. But go to their platform. They are the one that will be telling you about structure. Structure this and structure that. Structure this and structure that. But the structure mazi Nnamdi Kanu have put on the ground, the greatest structure he has put on the ground that every blind man knows is the structure to restore Biafra. A structure to restore Biafra, Biafra restoration. That is what mazi Nnamdi Kanu have put on the ground. But today, you see people going to dialogue with somebody who has been sent by the caliphate to destroy that structure of mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody was sent to destroy that structure, destroy everything that has to do with the restoration of Biafra, the agitation, to destroy it. And today, he is on the same line with those who are claiming structure. They are playing the same role. They are putting their egg on one basket. And what does that tell you? Do you still need a prophet to tell you who is right and who is wrong? Do you still need a prophet to tell you whom to follow and whom not to follow? As Soludo is blackmailing Samuel, the same way some people who claim to be Biafrans, who claim to be fighting for Biafra, are blackmailing Samuel, calling him the leader of unknown government. When they know that Samuel has nothing to do with unknown, because unknown government have been existing even while mazi Nnamdi Kanu was with us. The same way they try to blackmail mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they said mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in charge of the unknown government. The same blackmail they brought against mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even before then, announced so many times on radio. Even when people ask questions directly to him, he said he doesn't have anything to do with unknown government. He doesn't know them. He doesn't have control over them. He doesn't control over them. But as long as they are not fighting against Biafra, they are not destroying Biafra, they are not fighting against Biafra. It's up to them. They are fighting their own battle. That it seems that we have a common enemy. It seems we have a common enemy. Since they are going after those who are killing the innocent Biafrans, it might be people who are trying to defend themselves from the destruction that is happening in Biafra land. Many innocent lives have been lost. Many families have lost one. Many women have lost their husband. Many children have been made fatherless. There are so many orphans in Biafra land today because their parents have been taken away. It is hard for you to go to a family in Biafra land today that have not lost one or two people. And when these people out of anger have come to take vengeance, then you find who to blame. You find who to blame as the sponsor. Nobody is sponsoring any no government anywhere. No Biafra, no sincere Biafra agitator, or no government has nothing to do with Biafra. The only establishment that mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place is the Eastern Security Network. Eastern Security Network to secure Biafra land. Because the governors have refused to secure Biafra land. You see what is happening in the north. You see the way the terrorists have taken over the north. You see what is happening in the north. The terrorists have taken over the north. They have taken over the airport. They go and bomb the railway. The road is not safe. The railway is not safe. The airport is not safe. Where again do you want to run to? These were what mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw coming. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew that this is what is going to happen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established the Eastern Security Network to secure the people. It's not something that have not happened before. Because even in the north, they have their Hizbah. They already have Hizbah. In the southwest, in Urua land, they have their Omoteku. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrote to these governors, wrote to them, form a security outfit to secure Biafra land. They refused to do that. Until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went out of the way to create the Eastern Security Network to secure Biafra land. And he said it. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was establishing he says, go and watch the broadcast, go and watch the broadcast. Go and watch the broadcast that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made the day he launched the Eastern Security Network. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that Eastern Security Network is a security outfit to secure our people from the hand of the terrorists and the Fulani headers that are killing people. The Fulani killers. The Fulani terrorists. That was the responsibility of the Eastern Security Network to secure the people. Eastern Security Network was not formed to fight against innocent people. They were not formed to fight against Nigerian army. They were not formed to fight Nigerian security. They were not formed to fight against police. They were formed to fight against the terrorists in the bushes who are taking up our land by force. These terrorists today that have taken over the north, that are bombing the station, railway station, taking over the airport. They were the people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established the ESN because of them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established ESN because of them. And since that time up to today, they have never fought an innocent person. They are only fighting the battle in their bush. And they have made it that the Fulani Caliphate that they changed away, that their foot soldiers could not be able to operate in Biafra land. That is why Biafra land is safe. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that he had not formed a Biafran army.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand on the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold the whole of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals, they are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You cannot go everywhere. We must continue.